December 12th, 2023, right there, about 30 videos ago, I made a little video talking about my plan for the next 100 days of my YouTube channel, Hey Brickey. Oh, thank you. And right up here is where that little table is, where I sat down and shared all of my thoughts, hopes and dreams, and frustrations on where I was trying to take this project over the next 100 days. Well, friends, it's been 100 days, and I'm happy to report how it went. My goal was to take this year and to divide it up into 3 different seasons, each season roughly being about 100 days. Well, the first one is in the books, and let me tell you, I have never been happier doing all of this, and I can't wait to share with you some of what I learned, some of what's going to change, and where we're all going for the next 100 days of Hey Brickey. One of the things that I shared in that video was what my original 2 goals of this channel was, and how I kind of felt like those were starting to not be possible. But friends, over the last 100 days, I have been proven by you that there is a path to do exactly what attracted me to doing all of this in the first place. And it's going so much better than I could have ever dreamed that it would. My original goal was I wanted to share the art, architecture, and design of Disneyland. Not so much the surface level of all the new things that drop each and every week, but more of how it was constructed. And already today I've been stopped twice like, you're the design guy, architecture guy, how the park works guy. And I was so proud to say, yes, I am. And the second thing that I wanted to bring over to YouTube was the Disneyland story, the emotion of the park, how it makes us feel, but more importantly, how it's designed to invoke those emotions. And I have been able to find a way, I think, to tell really great Disneyland stories and find a way to share Disneyland's past using Disneyland as the backdrop and finding a way to make people actually care, or at least care enough to click on the video, which is kind of the most important part of the whole thing. But I was also incredibly honest about just how hard this journey has been and how creatively it's been one of the most difficult things I've ever taken on. And in that honesty, there was a couple of things that I was hiding. I was essentially making a case on all of the things that I've tried, and up until that point, how most of them weren't successful, trying to sort of set up expectations that if the next 100 days didn't prove to bear different results, that maybe this would all go away. Maybe not totally go away, but look differently. So I was planting a seed of, this is how I hope that it goes, this is what I want to happen, but if it does happen, I just wanted to let my audience know, man, I tried, and I tried harder than anybody to make it work. But luckily, it did. And a part of that deep dive, I shared with the audience, like, how I make my videos, how much time I put into my videos, but more importantly, why I felt that a lot of my videos were failing. And it wasn't out of talent or trying, it was more how the algorithm works. But let me tell you, I did a lot of studying, a lot of deep diving on how the metrics of YouTube works, and I do feel like I was able to find a way to finally do 2 things. Make the videos that I want to make, and make you care about them. And that has been one of the sweetest tastes of success that I've had in a long time, and a very fun life full of creative endeavors. So one of the things that I did in that video was I shared with you what my 100-day plan was. And that plan was to stay very, very consistent, keep trying to make very similar videos, and more importantly, make all of the videos that I had seen the greatest response from you, the viewer, because you are the most important part of this entire puzzle. If you don't care, it doesn't matter how hard I work, doesn't matter how good the video is. If you don't care, if I let you down, it was all for nothing. And once again, in sharing this plan with you, I was setting up expectations of, this is what I'm gonna try, and I knew on the inside, if it doesn't work, I don't know how much longer I can keep doing this, because realistically, it takes a lot of time. I'm not going to complain about that. I love working hard. I love doing what I do. But like everybody, there's just a certain amount of results that you need as an adult to keep justifying doing the things you're doing. And I have found that justification, and I am so excited. And in that video, I really tried to explain what the channel means to me, because I have had so much fun discovering the depths of design and theory on how Disneyland works and sharing it with the audience, it's this whole like cause and effect. I get excited to learn new things. I share it with you. I see your excitement, and then that is contagious back to me. So making a video where I was trying to really break down, like, I love this and I don't want it to end, but if it does, I just wanted everybody to know I had tried as hard as I could. But that 100-day test, that cycle has passed. I took a break. I went out to Walt Disney World for 10 days of business meetings and enjoying the parks. My wife, my friends came out, and really for some of the first times ever at Magic Kingdom and at Walt Disney World, I got to just ride rides and just look at them through my own eyes and not through the lens of a camera. I did film some B-roll for some future projects, but I mostly just wanted to take a step back, take a little bit of a break, and think about everything that I had learned, and also think about where do I want to go for the next 100 days. I recap all of this because I want to let you know, when I sat on that table about 3 dozen videos ago, I was pretty sad. I tried to put on a good face because as an entertainer, that's what you do. As I've come to understand it, being a good entertainer is about having empathy and about thinking about your audience feelings first and your own feelings second. You have to always consider what the audience wants. It's not about what I want, it's about what I can do for you. But luckily for me, one of the biggest things I learned is I can make the type of videos that I always wanted. So for the next 100 days, there will be plenty more design videos coming your way. So if you enjoy the videos that I do where I go into the minutia and break down why this building is here, why this wall is here, how these sight lines work, I appreciate that so much. That was not lost on me. Thank you. She just gently shut the garbage can. She's a saint. And I fully believe that as I've been able to break down how the park is designed, a lot of sort of the tricks and gimmicks that exist in here, it has been proven to me that for those that are watching at home, it does give people a deeper appreciation of the magic and how it's worked and how it's designed to invoke a certain amount of emotions. For me, it is so awesome to get to share that type of knowledge that I have with everybody and help people kind of see things in a different way. And the audience is amazing. I learned so much from the comments on people adding in their suggestions, their perspectives. Like, I love that it actually is a community and it's an exchange of ideas. And I'm so proud to be the one that kicks off that conversation. But I read everything and I'm so impressed at how much you pay attention. But there was a design video template that I discovered in the last 100 days that I have enjoyed making so much. Yeah, I saw that I hit that plan. And this template is not going anywhere. If you saw a couple of my videos where I gave you a pretty well thought out design theory. And what I enjoy about that series is the ability to take things that never happened, that were planned on happening, and try to flesh out how would that have worked. What would it have been like if we got the Bantha ride inside of Galaxy's Edge? What would it have been like if Roger Rabbit actually did go onto the 2nd floor? Making those videos has been so much fun for me, and don't worry, I have a long list of those, both here on the West Coast and also out on the East Coast, on how I want to try really, really hard to walk us through the process of what would these canceled plans look like if they were to come true. I love that series, and it's been so exciting to see how you've responded to it. I love dreaming along with you. Another thing that I've been doing that I'm so excited that you have been excited about and it's been working, I love making the history videos. And I think what's helped is I've been doing a ton of research, been finding lots of small sort of side stories that a lot of people don't know, and then stitching them all together, obviously using Disneyland as the backdrop, but it feels like a huge accomplishment to have a platform now to be able to share the history of Disneyland. And we're gonna go even deeper in it in the next 100 days. I have been scratching the surface on some really big stories, things that a lot of people don't talk about, or revisiting some stories that you know of, but from a very, very different perspective. Sort of the little side stories that maybe you don't know about on these big moments in Disneyland's history. But the fact that so many of you have responded so beautifully to the history videos, it makes me excited because the history of Disneyland is so rich. And all of the design videos and all of the business videos, those are all done with study in the past so we can better predict the future. And I love you're willing to go on that timeline journey with me. I cannot tell you how excited I am to make more of those. And some of these stories we have coming up in the next 100 days, get me there. I cannot wait to share these with you. Do not worry, I will still keep trying to bring you the absolute best Disneyland Forward coverage that I can. Diving into Disneyland Forward way before anybody else was talking about it and really going into the minutia was such an important thing for me to do because that is everything that I love about the current state of Disneyland. So there will be so much more of that to come in the future. Don't you worry if that's one of your favorite parts of the channel. But I do realize that with looking at the past, looking at the design, and looking at Disneyland Forward, there is a little something that's missing, and that's conversations like this between you and I. So I am going to attempt to go to 3 videos a week where every Tuesday and Saturday you'll see a cover that pops up without me on it. No me on the cover simply means that I'm looking at this as one of my story videos where we're going to go deep into a story, whether it's the past, Walt Disney, design, Disneyland Forward. No me on the cover means that's a story video. But I'm going to try to, on Thursdays, do a video where you will see me on the cover. These will be videos where it's you and I hanging out, me kind of just sharing with you in sort of a video podcast style inside of Disneyland. This is something that's happening. This is something I want to share with you. This is a good time or a fun time or a topic that I think is worthy of us exploring together. So if you see those on Thursday, that's why those will be a little bit different. But I've put my head down, really focused on my big goal. And when I came up for air, I do realize one of the biggest things I miss was hanging out and having conversations like this with you. So Thursdays, me on the cover, walking talks in the park with Brickey. And I will be launching a new series in the next 100 days where we start to look at the life and influence of Walt Disney. All of this came from the man's imagination, his creativity, and he had a very interesting life, a very amazing process. And I think for us to fully appreciate everything, we have to think about the creator of all of these ideologies, all of these design principles, and essentially just sort of a mindset of how do you treat your coworkers? How do you build something together as a team? Because you just can't go in alone. Which is a great metaphor for a YouTube channel because the community is such an important part of the process. But I'm going to be doing a series where we're going to look back at the legacy of Walt Disney. This series will focus on lots of different parts of Walt's imagination, his creative process, and his life. And always we'll have sort of an overall narrative of what can we learn from Walt that we can apply to our own journeys. Because the guy truly was an original and a massive influence in the world of pop culture and entertainment. So if you ever checked out one of my Haunted Mansion videos, it'll be very similar to that one. The first one will drop this coming Saturday, and I cannot wait for you to see it. The first one will be talking about his keys for success and really get into the mindset of how to not give up, even when the entire world and everyone you love is telling you that you're crazy to do your dream. Walt didn't stop, neither should we. Cannot wait to get this new series going. I hope you enjoyed as much as everything else we've been doing in the last 100 days. And bringing up Walt Disney is a really good spot to talk about maybe my biggest lesson from the last 100 days. I learned that people do care. People do care about the types of videos I want to make. I had just been packaging them wrong, and I have tried really, really hard to get more efficient as a filmmaker. I've tried hard to really hone in on the storytelling and tried to give you a quick and expansive 15 minutes that not only hopefully entertains you, but informs you, educates you, and empowers you. So the next time you come to Disneyland, you know better how the park was designed, and you can better explain to your friends, your family, your kids, why this is the way that it is. Why these spires are perfectly placed here so Mickey and Friends disappears. And I guess maybe another reason why I'm leaning into a new series exclusively about Walt Disney is one of the things I learned over the last 100 days is I do have the ability to work harder to get better results. I have put a tremendous amount of time into all of the things that happen before I record, and it has been paying off big time. I feel like the stories are better, I feel like the videos move faster, and I feel like your happiness is at an all-time high, and there are so many more of you, and it wasn't by accident. It was calculated, hard work, and I am so inspired to kick off another 100 days where I'm going to try to work even harder to bring even better stories to each and every one of you. And then another just huge takeaway for me is this. In a time where so many channels cover the new food, the new popcorn bucket, and that stuff should be covered. I mean, people want to know how to navigate the park on their next visit, because you only get so many park hours and you got to make each one of them count. But knowing that there is a lane for people like myself that want to know more about Disney than the newest thing that's happening, that want to know more about its legacy, more about its emotion, more about its vision, that has been such an uplifting part of this journey, just to know that people out there are just like me. They want to know more about the magic. And sharing that and seeing the results I have has just been so touching, especially for somebody who is on the edge of quitting. And to get the biggest return and the biggest results of my YouTube career when I needed it the most has been phenomenal. So I am so excited, friend, that you care about this place like I do, and you care enough to click play and go on all these journeys with me where we just look more and more at the park, trying to understand what makes this place feel so truly unique and so special, and how it's the perfect backdrop for all of us to make these amazing memories. And we're making some of these memories together, and that's not lost on me. So in case you haven't noticed, I have never been happier doing this channel. I've never been more self-confident about my decisions on what it is to make and what your expectations are from me. The last 100 days were the uplift that I needed, and I feel like the future opened up wide, and I could perfectly see where you and I should go together with this channel, Hey Brickey. How could I make this video without thanking you for going on this 100-day journey with me? And there are so many more of you, about 11,000 more of you in 100 days, which is wilder, more ambitious than what I could have ever imagined. My goal was, if I can't get 1,000, I'm gonna probably have to wind it down. So beating that by 10K is absolutely amazing. I definitely want to thank all my friends over at club1313.com. That's my private Discord. It's not a Patreon, it's more of a community. And my friends over there that believe in this channel, that believe in me and truly are my friends, thank you so much for giving me the space and the grace to just keep my head down and focus for the last 100 days. This has been an epic journey, and getting to meet and know all of you means the world to me. And you just understanding that Brickey's got to do what he's got to do to save everything, and you just giving me moments of encouragement and sort of carrying me through this. I appreciate you. You guys are absolutely the best, and the greatest thing that I've gotten from this journey is getting to be a part of this community that you helped me build. And really the best thing I can say about you, Club 1313, is that I know that you believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. And even though I probably shrugged that off at the time, being able to look back at it, it means the most to me. So thank you to all my friends over there that said, Brickey, stop being so hard on yourself. You were right and I was wrong. So friends, from the edge of Galaxy's Edge, and the next 100 days as we kick off season 2 of Brickey, Hey Brickey 2024. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this overview of where things are going and this little check-in. And I can't wait to see where we're at in August when we look back at the second 100 days in this year. Thank you for being you. Thank you for watching. And hey, thank you for going on this journey with me. I appreciate you.